welcome to iManga. I'm Agent Manga, and this is One Piece chapter 100. Why 100? 991, and it is called "Please Let Me Die." Well, I didn't know that some characters in One Piece were suicidal, but I guess with this war and Kaido basically saying that if he wins, he'll basically screw over Wano, so yeah, it doesn't mean that actually, it's just, I'm just fooling around. And I'll just get to the Oh My family. Pound finally gets a hug from with his kids after 20 something years, and this is like the best one of the Oh My family ones. It's just like Pound finally gets to reunite with his family. And then we cut basically straight to the end of last chapter, where Drake and Luffy just took down 2 numbers. And people are confused, like, what the hell is going on? Hey Drake, why'd you take down a number? Yo, wasn't that Drake who just took down that number? And it's just like, Drake goes to a flashback of Kobe, basically saying, and Drake is like this, listening to Kobe like, ugh. Yeah, the guy's made of rubber, yeah, he may have a something billion bounty, but he's just a pirate. How can you, I don't really care about this. All I care about is taking down Kaido and helping people. It's just like, Kirby says that if he's your friend, Luffy's your friend, he's the closest he can be. If Luffy's your enemy, he's the farthest away he can be, and it's just like, Kirby basically brings up the same thing that Mihawk brought up at Marineford. Like, his power to attract people to him. Like, I remember that. That is like my favorite line of Mihawk during Marineford. I remember that line, and it's just like, it made me think, yeah, Luffy does have the power to like gather people to him, and that's actually a dangerous thing for his opponents, for Luffy's opponents. And since Mihawk took notice of that, since he's the world's greatest swordsman, that means that he clearly sees Luffy as a possible threat. That is why I remember that line from Marineford, because that made me think Mihawk thinks of Luffy as an actual threat. As not like a threat one-on-one, but as a threat in general. Like, he'd gather enough troops to possibly defeat him? Like, or maybe Luffy could get, I do believe Luffy will get more powerful than Mihawk, but he's not at that point right now. And then Drake basically says, Luffy basically says, you want to join? Okay. And Drake says, our goals align, basically. How about I align with you guys, we take down Kaido, and basically, Drake is attacked by Zoro, being like, hey, you step back. You change sides way too much. You are not somebody to trust. And basically, Jinbei and Frankie are with Zoro, basically being, yeah, we don't trust you because you change sides too much. Because, yeah, he was in the Marines, then he was with Kaido, and then he's trying to align with them. He might have been like other things, like maybe he was aligned with other people and then just flinged out. Like, he definitely has a reputation of not staying loyal to people. And since they don't know that he's a secret member, like, this is continuously brought up through the chapter, like with Zoro and X-Drake's fight, which is a little, it's not that important, but it's just like, it keeps coming up that, like, X-Drake is not telling them everything, and that's why Zoro doesn't trust him. He's not telling them everything, he's hiding something. He doesn't feel that Drake is lying after a little bit. He knows that Drake isn't lying, but he's hiding something. That's the slight difference. He knows Drake isn't lying, it's just he's not telling the whole, he's just he's hiding something. That's what Zoro's problem is. And Luffy is fine with like Zoro, with X-Drake joining. And then like Page 1 and Ulti show up, and then Sanji basically says, ooh, who's that cutie? Although I love Page 1 and Ulti because they are like, They're kind of like Queen in a way, because Queen is my favorite of like Kaido's right-hand men, because he's not a generic thug. Like, I would prefer if like more of these guys were less generic thugs. Like I hope that like some of them are not generic thugs and just generic and all that. I hope they're actually like complex. Queen is my favorite because, yeah, he's the less generic. And then basically Sanji brings up, oh, it's that guy again. How am I supposed to deal with him? And something I didn't notice last time when I was reading the chapter, and I found out in another video, is that like page 1's tail is slightly different. It like has spines and making it look like a fish's tail, because it was recently found out that Spinosauruses have like a thing to help them swim, and like Oda doesn't draw focus to it, but it definitely wasn't in when page 1 was first introduced, because I bet back then it wasn't discovered. But right now Oda's just like adding this thing in, altering it. And then like page 1 gets hit in the side of the head with instant kill exploding skull plant thing, which I don't remember this one. I don't remember it at all, but it's alright. It's definitely like a Usopp thing. And then Ulti's like, oh, Pei-Pei, my little brother, which I found out like when I was like editing my previous One Piece, like when I don't know if it was my last chapter review or if it was like my One Piece 5 years left thing, but definitely had it. And Ulti's like, oh no, Pei-Pei, hey, what are you doing to my little brother? And she looks over to see Nami, and Nami's mouth isn't moving, but words are coming out. And then like Nami notices like, hey, what are you doing hiding behind me? And Ulti's pretty mad because they just attacked her baby brother, so she's going after him to kick their butts with page 1, who's basically saying, you're not escaping for doing that to me. And Sanji just leaves them be and just says, hey, Usopp, take care of Nami-san. And Luffy's basically running after him, and Sanji brings up a good point, although before that, Luffy tells them to cover their ears because Apu shows up, and this guy, we find out his bounty, and like he's an informant for the crew, but I hate this guy. He betrayed all these people. Sure, you could say Dreykus, but he never actually betrayed anybody but Kaido. And not page 1. Scratchman Apu basically lifts off the 10 numbers, and Jackie, yep. How they destroy multiple islands, and how that there are like the 10 of them. And we also find his bounty, which is above both Zoro and Sanji's bounties, but still it's not by much. It's like only 20 million above Sanji's bounty. So it's 350 million. Yeah, 350 million. And then Hacha shows up, lifting up one of the numbers. I don't know which one it is, but then like Hacha is ready to go on a real rampage. And then Hacha takes notice of the Frankie Shogun. And I don't know whether he likes it because it's shiny, or whether he likes it because it's a Shogun. It's like a mecha. And it's like, Jinbei says, hey Frankie, turn around, run, and don't look back. And Frankie's like, sure. And then Hacha is just like chasing him, like, Hacha. And it looks like he's still carrying like the other number, so Frankie might have to deal with 2 numbers when that one wakes up. And then Frankie's like, you'll regret even thinking about dealing with my Frankie Shogun. And And then we cut back to like the fight between like Zoro and X-Drake, which, yeah, like Zoro realizes eventually that, yeah, Drake isn't lying, but he's still hiding something. Something that he's not being totally honest. And then like Scratchman and Pooh shows up and tries to deal with them. But it's like the two of them try to hit him. I don't think they actually hit him. I think they just, he like dodges it and like rolls backwards, and he's like, Drake's like, I hate this guy. I hate this guy the most. Like, I've hated him since I joined the crew, and I'm completely honest about that. I'm not hiding anything. I hate this guy. And then like cut, and then like Zoro's like, yeah, I hate him too. How about you and I just put our things to the side and deal with this guy? And then Butch, and then they get shot at by Queen with a machine gun, which is bloody awesome. And then X-Drake is like, ha, you really think those bullets will harm me? And he probably thinks that since he can go into his hybrid form, which I say is the most effective of all the forms, and add the scales to it, and add armament haki, he'd probably be immune to most bullets. But then he notices like a samurai really hurting in the shoulder after being shot with a bullet. Then he realizes, oh, are those bullets? Because I'm pretty sure that there are two things that I could say that these are bullets. More plague bullets, like the mummy virus, which, if you saw what happened to those people with the mummy virus, yeah, this is not going to be a good. This is going to start being plague. This is starting to just get a whole lot worse. People are just going to start dropping. And actually, yeah, this would actually be good, because then you could like deal with quite a lot of these people, because if it spreads out, then a whole bunch of people could be knocked out. Let the stronger people deal with it. This could be another way to deal with fodder. I know it sounds like a cold hard thing, but my second one, I think, did I say it? I'll just say it again, Sea Stone bullets. Which, most likely, the only place in Wano that would have Sea Stone bullets, I mean, in the world, would be Wano. So, definitely Sea Stone bullets do exist in One Piece, because Film Z and Beiji definitely, Beiji threatened to use Sea Stone bullets, which he didn't, but Sea Stone bullets just with a bluff, just Sea Stone bullets, even if your opponent doesn't have them, is just enough being like, okay, we give up, you win, we don't want to deal with those things. And then we like cut to the battle on top, and I really like how we're just like going through all the battles. It's just like battle here, like this is a huge battle, and Oda's just trying to get through it all. Keep going. And it's just like, we see Jack just falling to the ground, just like tired. He has his tusk broken off, he has like a slash across his face. Wait, he might have, it looks actually kind of like Shanks' scar. So Jack might actually have a Shanks scar now. So that's pretty cool. And then like Kato jumps in front saying, you are not getting to Jack anymore. I chose these guys as like my headliners. And Jack's like, sorry, Lord Kaido. And it's just like, if you actually look at Jack's age, and if he's been on the crew since Odin's time, like Jack's only 28, and since Odin was like 20 years ago, Jack would have only been like 8, so he's around the same age as Momonosuke would have been, and so Yamato, so probably, Jack is probably like a son to, he's probably been raised by Kaido. He was probably like an apprentice on the crew back when he was younger, and it's just like, Kaido is actually really nice to Jack, and unlike Jack's brothers, which maybe all of them weren't like the original Calamities, maybe maybe each one of them eventually got up the crew and eventually became Calamities. Maybe they're all around the same age. Maybe Kaido's like there's a big old guy and he like took in all these people. Like a white, like he's not really Whitebeard, but he's a dark Whitebeard. No wait, yeah, Blackbeard. I just have some comparison with this. Makes me think that Kaido is kind of like Whitebeard, but a little bit of a worse Whitebeard. And then you have like Kaido saying, yeah, Jack, it's not your fault for being defeated by these guys. it's not that you're too weak, it's that these guys are too strong. And it's just like, we get to see Nekomamushi and Inuarashi just in that Sulong. It's just like, these people, this looks awesome. This is, why didn't you just reveal this before? Because it looks badass. It's just like, you see like, all of Kaido's men have been defeated, and all of like, all the Sulong, all the Minks have been defeated by all the other opponents. And like, Kaido, I believe the reason that Kaido didn't do his border breath straight away is that Jack nearly came up immediately and just wanted to protect people, wanted to help out Kaido. So he didn't use his border breath straight away because he didn't want to nuke his men. That's why I did think that he's only waiting until now to deal with it. Like, there's no real chance for him. I think like he's gotten in front of all his men and just he's going to attack. But then like Kinemon, like he uses his border breath, and then Kinemon just like slices it in half. Foxfire Kinemon, and it's just like, everybody's like, ha, run away. Like, before Kaido blasts, he says, you might want to run away until you die. And then he's just like, they're like, run away? We're tired of running. That makes me laugh. We're gonna die here as Odin's retainers, or we're not dying at all. So, that's a good chapter. That's basically the end of the chapter. It was really good. My favorite cover page of this Oh My Family thing, and a whole bunch of stuff I really liked in this chapter. And it's good. That's my main thoughts. It was good. And I have no real complaints. This is Web Manga. Like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Turn on notifications, and that's it. This is Web Manga. I am Manga, signing out.